got news.
Oh, you've got
Okay.
news?
I've got news. I've got news. Something very important happened to this podcast the other day.
What happened?
We got our first 1-star review.
Oh, that. I thought it was going to be something good. I thought you were going to say something like I thought it was going to be something new that happened since then. So I was like, wait, did something really good happen? At first, I thought it was going to be with those T-shirt people because I thought they had reached out to you because they were going to help you show off your taco meat. But
No, no. They
nice.
did not. No, but thank you again to Fresh Clean Teas. You guys are great. And it was sort of our first corporate interaction.
Yeah, I mean,
Woo!
they literally put on there, "We got you, Queen." I was like, "Oh, what does
Oh, I
that
know, I
mean?"
know. I mean, they can get me anytime they want to. They can get me anytime they want to.
You are quite easy. That's true.
I am so easy. Throw me that money. Throw me those pennies. So I heard a very disturbing thing today.
Okay.
I want to put into perspective our age.
All right.
Kurt Loder is 76 years old.
Yeah, but Kurt Loder was always, but that was, see, it's so funny, right? When
Snick
let me
turns 30 next year.
who?
Snick.
Snick turned 30.
Next year. Next year they turn 30, yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, that one's not as
Clarissa Explains
exciting.
It All is 30. Yeah.
Why are we getting so old?
I don't know. I don't know.
What is it?
So, but I did look up just a second ago. What's his doodle from Clarissa Explains It All? The kid,
What's his
Sean
doodle?
O'Neill's his real name. What was their best friend's name?
Oh, I forgot. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Like I had. He was my first real crush. He
Oh,
he became cute. Like he turned into a little Dorcas later on in
okay.
life, and like yeah, he's what was his name on the show? Sam Anders. Sam, best
Oh,
friend Sam.
oh.
Isn't it weird? Like that was the first real like boys and girls could be friends, right?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, from the perspective of our generation, right? So, for dear listeners that don't know, myself and Miss Mims are in our early 40s. Um, if you think about media and television and everything else from that perspective, we actually were the first generation that came around as media started to give us actual things focused on our generation,
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
And so before then, teenagers, young people, they were kind of a byproduct of the entertainment industry. So
Hmm.
there was no like friendships. There was none of that. It was because I mean, if you were a teenage girl and there was a teenage boy, they were gonna be a couple. That was just the thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
and because technically in the 50s and 60s, that's kind of was the thing. There was
it's
no
true.
inter inter what would you call that? Intergendered friendships? Not
Hmm.
really, unless it was
Hmm.
like your next door neighbor. That was about it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that we were the first group where the media was like, "Oh yeah, hey, everybody can actually just have non-sexual friendships and not worry about it."
I mean, unless they're gay men, which all of our friendships are sexual. Sexual. Sexual.
Gonna have a little bit of a drink there after that comment.
So this weekend, I went to Kinston, North Carolina.
Kinston, I knew a girl from Kinston.
Do you know anything about Kinston, North Carolina?
No, I just remember her talking about Kinston all the time, and she said it just like Kinston. What was that
Kinston.
girl's name?
So,
We worked at the gas station together.
of course you did. So there's a restaurant there from a chef. She's a pretty famous chef called Vivian Howard. She had a PBS show. She moved up to New York, became a really good chef, like became a chef up there. Said she would never move back, never move back, never move
Oh,
back.
this is that lady that had like the oh, I remember
Yeah.
this show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really boring. Like
I
I love her to death.
No, I did think that show was boring. Like
Like
I appreciated the food aspect of it,
yes,
but like them covering her life as well, I was like, she's not that interesting.
yes.
Like,
And Kinston's actually kind of an interesting town. Kind of. I mean, it's kind of. Let me put a little bit of a little crowbar in there because it's an old tobacco town, and after the tobacco auctions got regulated, all the white people moved out, so it became depressed, and now it's starting to become something again. So that's what I'm saying. It's
because I
a
mean, white people got to live somewhere.
uh,
They're running out of places to go. They got to go back to some of these places they left before.
But there's a really great brewery there called Mother Earth Brewing. So we ate there, went to the brewery, and then went to there's this little dive bar there, which in eastern small town East North Carolina is a sort of come as you are. They used to do drag brunches there before the pandemic. Get had tons of protesters. By that I mean five
Oh
um,
no.
protesters in downtown Kinston. So we went there afterwards. Yeah, so I'm just giving a shout out to the Heritage in downtown Kinston,
Good
Chef
job.
and the
Good job,
Farmer in downtown
Heritage.
Kinston, Mother Earth Brewing in downtown Kinston.
Nice. Good job, Kinston.
Good job, Kinston. If you're ever in Eastern North Carolina, I don't know why you would be in Eastern North Carolina. There's nothing like beyond Goldsboro to the east, except for New Bern, because it's cute.
Oh, I knew a guy from Goldsboro.
Girl, you know a guy from everywhere in this state.
Oh, that's true. I keep
I,
forgetting I
I,
used
I
to live
could like
there.
Roanoke Rapids. Know a guy from there?
No.
I bet you have.
Ooh. Don't be saying it like that on the microphone. People gonna think I'm fast. I am not fast.
No, she real slow. She
I'm
real
real
slow.
slow.
She
I'm
real
so
slow.
slow.
So
Mm,
slow. So
Can't
slow. It took her.
stand you. Right now.
What'd you say?
Can't stand you.
Oh God! Speaking of can't stand me, did you know we have a Patreon?
Do we have a Patreon? I
We
wasn't sure because
do.
nobody ever gives to it.
Well, dear listeners, we have a Patreon. Um, and it's patreon.com/baking sugar. You can
Mhm.
throw us some money there. You can also throw us some money on PayPal. I've included a link to do that if you prefer to give us just a lump sum. Um,
Loop some.
Loop
Loop
sum.
some.
Loop sum. Made you got bounce a little when you do that. Loop sum.
Is that the name of the new chancellor of Germany? Loop some. I'm just
Wow.
asking. I'm just asking.
Wow.
Sorry,
Wow.
that was a inside joke, dear listeners. Our dear Miss Mims here has a family connection to Germany, so
Yes.
we've always low key followed German politics for some reason because of both of us have. Even though I don't know why I have, but I've always also done that too.
Meine Oma kommt aus Deutschland. Ja.
Right. I love that. I love your grandmother so much. I follow German politics. I don't know why that is, but it is.
Ich kann nur ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, also. So yeah, there's that. That's the happiest bit of German you'll ever hear spoken in the world.
Oh man, I do love how German sounds coming out.
Oh,
My old roommate was also German. You remember Curtis?
yeah.
Yeah, so Curtis refused to speak German, but if you got Curtis drunk, that's all Curtis did was
Oh,
speak in
yeah.
German.
Yeah. Yeah. How's she doing?
She fine, girl. She fine. She's fine. Her mother, they moved to Ohio.
Do
And
people don't move to Ohio.
they
Dear
like
listeners,
Ohio.
dear
They like
listeners,
it.
I apologize. We have a huge listening group in Ohio, and I apologize for that joke.
Yeah, they like Ohio. I mean, I'm not. They got a nice little duplex house, and
Ooh.
he lives in one part, and she lives in one part, and
Oh, literally a duplex. They live on either side of the duplex.
yes, it's like a little
That
sitcom.
is
It's a
adorable.
little sitcom. It is. I love it. It's so great. So yeah, no, he's doing good actually. Actually, I think his birthday was a couple of days ago.
You're a
But
good
he's not on
friend,
face.
Charlie
He's
Brown.
not on face. It's not. I need Facebook reminders. Plus, he's one of those people that he doesn't like celebrating his birthday, so don't start. I just remember it being around the middle of December.
You're a good friend, Charlie Brown.
I never knew the exact birth date, Mister. Not even his best friend, my ex, knew his exact birth date because he didn't exactly tell us.
Well, so dear listeners, Mame and I have been talking as
Yes, a
we do
lot,
a lot,
a lot.
and I believe that we are going to over Christmas. We're not going to be following. Which one is this that we're doing right now?
Baking sugar.
Designing Women for 2 weeks. We're instead going to do a movie. We're going to watch a movie. We're still trying to decide which movie it's going to be. I would like to propose one that I just thought of today, one that really kind of ruined Santa Claus for me because that it is the movie that I realized that Santa Claus didn't exist and gave my mother a trauma at 5 years of age. It's the Dudley Moore Santa Claus movie.
That's where I learned about the word puce. And I've never forgotten about that word. Sorry, I got so excited just now when you said that because I was like, that's where I got the word puce.
Do you want to do that movie? We can do that movie.
Hey, let's do that. That'll be a great Christmas movie to
That
do
is a,
because
I mean,
it
it is a
was
weird trip.
wild.
It is a weird trip. I believe you can watch it on Peacock. I looked at that today, and I need to double check. You can download it for $1.99 from Amazon right now.
That was a wild movie. I
So,
was just, wow.
dear listeners, it will take up 2 weeks. We're going to do that the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, and we'll be back after New Year's with a new baking sugar and you slay me when that happens. I've lost Maim. She's just sort of shaking her head and staring off into
Because I'm
space.
just thinking, sorry, I just really started thinking about that movie just now and just like all of the thing, like the cinematography, the color choices, oh man, that was a crazy movie.
I mean, yes, and it was Dudley Moore too, which I did think about doing Arthur too, just to
Oh,
do that.
no, please let's not, because then I'll have that song stuck in my head for months.
I don't even remember the song.
Arthur's theme?
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna sing it because as
I'll
soon as it
sing it a
starts,
little. Give me a couple.
no.
Give me 5 bars. 5
If you
bars.
get back, no. It's the one. It's like if you get back between the new moon and New York City, it's such a crazy place, but it's true. The best that you can do is fall
So
in
speaking of
love.
Kinston, so no, it has to do with
Strange
karaoke.
segment.
It has to do with karaoke.
Oh, my favorite thing in the world.
I went with a couple of friends of mine and my husband, and the friends I went with, lesbian couple. We were at that bar, the Heritage, and one of the lesbians was very, very much like, I I'm very nervous to like sing in front of people and blah 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 blah. Knowing her, knowing me, knowing her, knowing me, she's not nervous at all about anything. And like her wife was like, "No, you're not." And she's like, "Well, okay. What song should I put in?" I was like, "I don't know." And she's like, "How about Fancy?" I was like, "Okay, Fancy sounds great for this crowd. Fancy's great."
Oh no,
So no,
Fancy is a hard karaoke
well, hold
song.
on. Somebody had already put in Fancy and was singing it. She's
Oh,
like,
good.
"Fine, I'm going to do Moulin Rouge." I was like, "Okay, you're going to do Moulin Rouge." So she put in Moulin Rouge and like the new one from the
Oh wait,
movie.
like the Lady Marmalade Moulin Rouge?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not like Lady Marmalade. Sorry, I said
No,
Moulin
I
Rouge.
knew exactly what you
Yeah,
were talking about, but
yeah,
when you said that, I was like, wait a minute.
yeah. So put in that song, did all of the parts, including the rap.
She was ready.
She was ready. And her wife, as she was walking up, was like, "Have you ever seen her do this before?" I was like, "No, no, I haven't." Killed it. Like people were cheering. The one gay guy in there was trying to grind up on her uncomfortably. It was fantastic. Yeah,
Why is
yeah.
there always one of those?
Well,
Why is it?
and I feel you got to feel bad for him because he's in small town North Carolina and like was talking to one of the dude bros there everybody there's cool but was like, "Yeah, I'm like a flamer now." And I'm like, "Oh God, you are like a flamer now." But no, you're probably
Mm,
actually not. You probably just go home, talk to your plants, and are very not that gay. You just feel like you have to be in public. Or you are that gay and it's fine, right?
I guess. I remember somebody actually put
Girl,
in
you've seen me in a Harris Teeter. I could be that gay.
I mean, we both can. We have moments. I mean,
A
my
grocery
sunglasses, my prescription sunglasses for this year are basically they might as well be a pride flag because they are not for a man at all.
Oh, girl, we have been doing this for 15 minutes now. This is season 2, episode 9. I'll be seeing you.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
I love it. You're like laughing. I'm like, why? This is not my fault. You've had the stories this time. I've been good.
Is that a KFC cup? Why you get a big gulp from KFC?
Because I really because shut up. Because I was really hungry while I was running errands, and the closest one to my house is like a KFC Taco Bell.
I do not go to KFC any longer as they got rid of the wedge fries.
Okay. Like I said, mine is a KFC Taco Bell. So
Mhm,
I went there for a burrito, and I don't know if
came
you.
back with a bucket crispy chicken.
Oh my lord! Will you listen to what I got to say?
I'm trying to.
I don't know if you have tasted it yet or not. I know that you're not too big into sodas, but they now have a southern Mountain Dew that is a peach flavored Mountain Dew.
Oh,
that
negative.
It's amazing.
Negative.
I love
Negative.
it.
I do
love
not
it.
like peach flavoring.
Oh,
Peach.
I do.
There's only one kind of peach flavoring I like, and that's the little gummies, the peach gummies, the
the
Haribo
little
gummies that
yeah.
look like peaches. Those are
You're
fine. But
so European. God,
I
you're
know,
so
well, peach flavoring doesn't taste like peach. It tastes like sweet ass. And I like sweet and I like ass, but I don't like them combined. So we're at Charlene's.
This is such a weird intro, isn't it?
It is like, so we find out that Charlene lives in an apartment, something we didn't know before, right?
No,
Like,
we did not.
we've
We
never seen
didn't.
Charlene's place. It's very sparse on the inside. And we find it's Charlene's birthday in a couple days, and the
Yes.
girls are all playing cards.
Like fine card playing ladies.
Yes, and they're putting in a movie that Charlene is very excited to see because it's a Ginger Rogers movie. I didn't catch the name of the movie because probably didn't know what it was.
I don't actually think they said because I when I watched it the second time, I don't. Charlene mentioned a movie later, but it
Yeah.
wasn't the same as what they were talking about first.
Yeah.
Because they were going to be watching a series of old movies because apparently they have that kind of time.
And Suzanne's like, Ginger Rogers, wasn't she married to Roy Rogers?
Jesus.
And then there's a little comment about Mr. Rogers in there too.
Yeah, when Julia,
Which-
that was a weird moment. Julia trying to be funny, like
Yeah.
that was very like it's so out of character that
Mhm.
I was like, that was just bizarre.
This is Chekhov's Mr. Rogers, though. We're going to find out more about him later on. If y'all don't know about that it's a literary device where if there's a gun mentioned in the first act, you have to use the gun in the third act, or play device. But anyway, Mr. Rogers comes back in the third act of a 20-minute show.
He does. He
So
does. Oh, gosh, so
Charlene's
many
like,
things
well, you
happen.
should just stay around. Anthony's setting up the VCR, and Charlene's like, you should just stay around, watch the movie with us. And Anthony, I give Linda Bloodworth Thompson some credit right now because he's like, I'm not really that big into World War II because even though black soldiers fought, it was still segregated. And but Charlene being Charlene is like,
you want my opinion about that
What?
scene? So I'm going to say this in the nice way. As a person of color, the fact is that Anthony had this very very serious moment talking about some very true facts about American history, which was immediately.
Oh yeah, I was getting into that. Charlene says, well, isn't that romantic? Yes. Like,
I was just like, wait. Anthony just said something really interesting that
yes.
first of all, like nobody at the table was even like either they weren't surprised and they already
Mhm.
knew it, or they were just uncomfortable, didn't want to acknowledge it. But I was like, awesome. So we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Suzanne didn't care because she was tired of all this. Mary Jo was probably half drunk on Mai Tais. Julia already knew this. And Charlene was like, it's romantic.
Oh, I love my ties.
I do too. So Anthony leaves because he's segregated out, apparently. And Mary Jo asked Charlene, well, what do you want for your birthday? And then a response that every woman in Statesville, North Carolina, and every gay man in their mid 20s says, I want a soldier.
Why you gotta say it like that? Why you gotta say it like that? I mean, I know why you said it like that, but that just I felt like a lot of people just now like grasp their pearls like he knows me a little bit too well. He knows
I remember a
me.
friend of ours at high school, just after high
Just the one,
school,
just the one.
who was like, well, now she was not after a relationship at this point. More power to her. She
Good
would,
job, girl. Good job.
she had a few friends at a few of the different bases around North Carolina, and she would travel. It was in our 20s. She would travel to those bases, and
Oh, I remember.
you remember this now? Yes,
Girl, you just like boop.
You know what? And I was passing through, coming home from Kinston. There's an Air Force base. Do you know
Okay.
what the Air Force base is called in North Carolina? It's
No.
it's it's the funniest name. It's the
What is it
funniest
called?
name. Seymour Johnson.
It is not.
It is. It's Seymour Johnson.
It is not. You are
Dear listeners, for
lying.
those of you that do not know or in other countries, a Johnson is an English slang for a penis. So the
What?
joke is see more penis.
Who is okay with
Well,
that? Like,
we're back at Sugar Bakers.
we are. We're back at sugar because we had a strange Hulu did a strange deciding to cut that
Yes.
moment, which was a very awkward transition period.
And Colonel Bill Stillfield walks in.
Hmm.
Charlene freaks out.
Like hardcore freaks out.
Like, y'all got me. Y'all got it. This Suzanne. This one of your friends. He's an actor. Y'all got me a soldier. It's not even my birthday yet. I just can't believe this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And that curly ass blonde mullet going every which way.
she was so excited.
She was. It's like she was
jeez.
Jessie Spano on caffeine pills.
Oh my gosh, we need to do a special recap of that specific episode.
Oh, just that one episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that too. For beginning of school, maybe?
Oh, back to school. Oh,
Back
yes.
to school episode!
We should do for the what's the month kids go back to school? August.
Yeah.
So for August, we should do a couple of special editions of our best what do you call it? What were those called? What did they call them back then?
Back to school specials?
No, but they used to call them they're back to school specials, but like a special episode, a special episode of that used to be what they would say.
Special episode of, yes.
Very special episode of. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Okay. So I'll write that in my notes.
Yes, please, because that for me, I hate you.
It's actually I'm writing with makeup.
Lipstick?
Was
Was that lipstick or was that eye?
It was lipstick. It was shiny stuff.
Shiny stuff.
What's it called? Lip
I don't-
gloss. It's popping, girl. It's popping. So Charlene's like, so where's dinner? Bill's like, you tell me. And so she's like the old Ritz-Carlton.
We have to be specific
And
here.
we're
Not
gonna-
the new Ritz-Carlton.
We're gonna dance afterwards.
Yes.
Like they did in World War II.
That's right.
Having a grandmother that lived through World War II, I don't think it was quite like this, but I could be wrong.
I mean, every bit of media tells us that it was, apparently. So I don't know, the actual lady that lived through it or the media. I'm not sure.
I mean, so that Bill is actually there to refurbish a patient lounge in the vet
Mhm.
hospital. Right, his dad passed away. They got some donations together, and so he was going to like refurbish the vet lounge with
I
it.
enjoyed the part where he said that and then he was like not emotionally saying, "Sorry, I'm getting emotional."
Yeah, like my
Like
father
it's like,
passed
wait.
away. Sorry, I'm so emotional. God, just like a soldier. We ladies like them strong and emotionless, don't we? Like big old anvils of nonsense.
But he said that like literally like when he said it like that, I was just like I rewound it actually. I was like, wait a minute. Did he actually do it?
He
Like, was he
probably
emotional?
sneezed, and they were like, "This is the last take for say something if you got to sneeze or something like this is our last take. We can't fuck this one up. We're getting ready to go home. This is union, and we are nearly
This is
done with the
union.
hours."
This is the this is the union production. We can't sorry guys.
Oh God! So they're at dinner,
Oh
and
man.
Charlene's called up to follow up on Bill. Called the base up. Let me tell you, dear listeners, how little sense this makes. I
None.
mean, they would hang up on her because she's not a federal. I mean, maybe things were different in 1980, whatever this was.
Well, it was pre 9/11.
It was,
I can always,
but
just use that now as an excuse. You're like, well, this was before 9/11.
yeah, I know people in the military and they still wouldn't let you on base. Um, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We find out that Bill's wife had died, and this
Yeah.
is his first date since then, and it stirred up some old feelings such as lust, desire, and ha 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 ha, being alive.
Wow. You were really excited for that one. A little bit too excited
You
there,
tell me
but
the
it's
way
okay.
I will spend no time to talk. We can try.
It was like, okay, just for the frame of reference, that was basically like actually that's was basically like the Bee Gees stuck in the bottom of a well. And that was that was them singing, trying to get our attention to come to the well to get them. That's what that sounded like just now.
God,
It's like
I am buried
you're
Gibb in a
walking through the
whale
woods,
in a
right? I'm
whale
walking through the
well.
woods. I'm going through the woods and I'm like, no, I think they're here somewhere. And then someone's like, wait, do you hear something?
Stella, Stella,
I think I hear them.
Stella.
They sound close but far away at the same time. I wonder if they're under us. Dig here. Dig here.
Oh God. Uh, what's going on here? So we're back at Charlene's, and she's asleep. And now we go into a dream sequence.
Oh boy, do we. Such a dream
Patriotism.
sequence.
Okay. So Charlene, we're in a 1940s diner or a like barracks pub or
I
something.
think it's so I thought it was like a speakeasy, but for some reason Charlene is dressed like it's a diner.
Well, it can't be a speakeasy because speakeasies were the 20s.
No. I mean, like, no, I'm just saying, like that style, right? Like a
Yeah.
juke joint, like
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Charlene is literally dressed like a diner waitress, which I didn't because that wasn't. If you look at everybody else,
Yeah.
right? Like what Mary Jo's wearing, she was wearing something that was more indicative of like an actual like upscale
Yeah.
nightclub.
Yes.
So Charlene's own references inside of her brain are super
Crazy.
crazy.
So Charlene gets engaged 2 different tables because the boys are going off to war. They ship out tomorrow. And Miss Warbon's 1944 walks in. That's Suzanne. with her
Who's that princess?
with Daddy Warbonds at her side, who is an old man who's been dead for the past week, and she just won't put him in the ground yet.
That joke was, I'm gonna have to write you up for that. I was like, oh my god, that's perfect.
And we find out that she's the best gas siphoner in the country. That is a dick sucking joke, y'all.
Right, which then later becomes a real thing because
Yeah.
then we actually talk about the fact that she is doing that.
Yes. So Mary Jo is a cigarette girl. Cigarettes, cigarettes. Which,
You
if you
funny
ever go to
cigarette
Las
girl.
Vegas, I did not realize was still a real thing, but it is. The girls are all walking in like with their heels and like through the casinos doing that.
What?
You didn't know that? Have you never been to
Oh my
Vegas?
gosh, I've never been to Vegas.
Oh yeah, they're all in like short shorts, like tuxedo tops, bow ties, and like they're independent. Like they are not casino employees. They're independent people who go through and like all the casinos and walk the strip.
What?
Yeah, they have cigars, cigarettes, flowers, gum, that sort of thing.
I need to change my profession. Cuz I used to watch that in movies all the time and be like, I want to do that.
Well, then I'm just gonna need you to go down to the Seminole Casino and be their cigarette girl,
Oh my god, could you imagine?
or one
I
of the
could-
bingo halls. Oh my God, you could be a bingo hall cigarette girl.
if I worked at a bingo hall, I would be calling numbers. If I worked at a bingo hall. I would be definitely calling numbers.
So there's a
Oh.
little bit between Suzanne and Mary Jo. Like,
I hated this moment
yes,
because I was like, this doesn't, what's happening right now? Like literally, like I had that feeling of like, I don't even understand what's happening anymore.
I did not write down any notes for that except for that because the part directly after where Mary Jo thanks Charlene for being in the dream, adorable. Like she goes up
was
to
really
Charlene, thank you so much for having me in the dream, and oh look at all these letters I got from Ted, and they all have lip. But why are you wiping them off? Oh, they have all lipstick on them.
Why are you scrubbing his letters?
Yeah. And she's like, well, every letter I get from the front has lipstick stain on it. It just makes me wonder where the front really is. And I'm like, yeah, Annie Potts, good on you, girl.
She did what she could.
She did what she could. Bill walks in, and like it's some comedic gold to me. They push people aside at the bar. Look, you would.
Okay, so let me just say real quick,
You
I'm
say
not
it.
disagreeing with you. I'm not
Uh-huh,
doing that.
uh-huh,
However,
uh-huh.
they literally ripped that joke off of Airplane.
Of course they did.
So it's like, it's not comedic gold. They ripped it off from another source.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it is. It's still comedic gold. It's still comedic gold.
Are you telling me that or yourself that?
Yes. A thing could be two things, Maim. A thing could be two things.
I mean, I know that. I mean, I've seen your. Never mind.
You ain't seen my Nevermind. So Bill walks in. And he asks to marry her. She takes off the 2 wedding engagement rings she's already got and just throws them on the floor and says, yes.
That was actually, I felt that
Yes.
for me, like that was like one of the funniest parts of this whole episode.
And then he leaves to go off and shoot some Nazis.
Nazis, kill those Nazis.
And Charlene sings. There's a telegram for Charlene.
Oh, okay. Who's it from?
Bill's missing in action.
No.
So air raid warden, safety warden Julia Sugarbaker shows up.
Because that's a thing.
And she like riffs on Suzanne, riffs on everybody in there. Charlene, I believe, is in a she's in a wedding gown at this point too, is it?
Yes,
Yes.
she's transitioned into a wedding gown.
Yes.
This episode is wild.
Yes. So Julia's like, everybody back to the barracks. It's time, everybody. It's time for everybody to go sleep.
Grumble. We don't want to go.
Just sing us one more song.
Oh, I could not possibly sing you guys a song.
But we could be sent out tomorrow.
Well, in that case.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. I'll take my what are you gonna give me, a Pulitzer for that one? In the mail, thank you.
That was so.
So
okay, so I will say this. Number one, I personally, I absolutely loved Julia's dress.
Yeah,
loved that.
Yes.
I was like, I need to make that dress.
Yes.
I wasn't, because I had forgotten the episode. I wasn't prepared for when she started singing. I was genuinely not ready. And so yes, so I would, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, I remembered that she sang that because this was my first time ever hearing that song.
Oh,
and I was like, okay, that's a choice. So enter Anthony, and there's the one soldier who's like, this is a whites only bar, and
you can't hear black person.
And Charlene's like, well, let's jitterbug Anthony, and he's like, you can't do that, and Charlene goes, this is my dream. I can do whatever I want.
It's true. That's true. I wish there had been a really awesome moment where Charlene would have used her newfound power to like change history rather than just jitterbugging. Because I wrote in my notes, jitterbugging, racism's over.
So, Major General Mark Twain enters.
Oh,
I mean, speaking of union, they had this man under contract, and they're like, well, all right, I guess Reese gets to get an extra little.
Hey, Reese,
got to use him in certain number of episodes this season.
Reese, would you mind coming in? We got a thing we're going to be doing. What kind of thing you got to guys do? Well,
Dixie Carter going, honey, do you mind stepping in this on set tonight for like 5 minutes?
And he's like, I don't know. I have some stuff to do, but what's the theme? World War II. I'm there.
Let me take off this white suit and black bolo tie, and I'll be right on over.
I was practicing my World War II characters anyway.
So Julia is to call at the request of the President FDR, to call Adolf Hitler directly. And so she goes off on him.
I really want. Okay, so I wish Dixie Carter was still alive. I would have loved to have produced a theoretical TV show where it's literally just Julie Sugarbaker calling various evil people in history and just doing different tell-off.
Crankyaker's history.
Right. Oh my gosh, if you could have combined Crankakers and Drunk History into one show and Julia was the person.
So the only line that I caught on, yes, Mr. Hitler, we even have Mr. Rogers. There it is. It's right there. See, Mr. Rogers came back.
Yeah,
the very
including
next day.
Eddie Murphy, which was
the
Eddie Murphy shout out was especially bizarre.
Then Anthony decides to start singing America just like Ray Charles.
With Ray Charles' sunglasses.
And the same white dude, you can't do that. And Mary Jo says, yeah, big palooka, don't you know that in America you can dream anything you want.
Yes.
The war's over.
War's over.
And we've got videos of World War II, like, woo. Oh, sorry, we had videos of World War II, the war was over.
I've never seen some of those, including, did you catch the one where the lady was like all the way leaned back and she was like, and then she realized like, oh my God, I don't have my panties on.
Yeah.
She like started grabbing at her skirt.
Yep.
I was like, that is not something we were shown when we were kids.
So Charlene was alone at the end of the, and she's like, Bill, Bill, where are you, Bill? My mullet, it needs teasing, Bill. Bill, come on, where are you, Bill? And then she wakes up
I don't like.
and she's distraught because her
She's
mullet's
super.
flat on one side.
She's super distraught. Actually, like
She
she
is.
was not okay.
So we're now at Sugar Baker's.
Yes. Yes.
Anthony goes to the vet hospital to get some measurements.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlene really thinks that Bill's plane has been shot down.
Yes.
And she's going to drive out to the base.
Because,
Because you can. Like,
because you can. Well, not only can you do that, but the other part that's great to me is Charlene is not a relation to Bill in any way, shape, or
No.
form. So I don't know
No.
what she was expecting to happen
and in
going
order
out
to get
to the
on
military base.
base, you have to be relation. You have to have permission from somebody. Like, you have to, like, unless the base in Atlanta is just like a building. Like, I didn't even know there was a base in Atlanta.
I didn't think there was a base in Atlanta either.
There's got to be something out there. Anyway.
Maybe it's stationed out. Well, maybe it's the southern mentality where they say the word Atlanta, but they actually mean a 1 hour radius around Atlanta.
They're actually driving to Fayetteville. Like, oh, goodness. So we then have the best part of the episode. Anthony
Really, one of the best parts of the show, period.
Yes. Anthony sitting there with a black vet, talking about the Battle of the Bulge and freeing a concentration camp. Like, it's meaningful. It took me a while to find this actor, and I can't tell if it was real, if the actor actually lived through this or not.
Really?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't find that. I tried before this episode, but it felt like he did. Like, it felt real to me.
It did hit, like, I personally felt like he wasn't an actor. I actually was like, I think this guy was an actual vet.
Yeah, unless the people I were looking up, it was like Soldier 1, 2, 3, 4. I found them, but it could have been one of the other black soldiers that I found. So I don't know. He went uncredited though, so there's that. So we're now back at base, and Charlene's talking to a secretary, and he's like, "Well, that Colonel Bill, who you keep mentioning, he died on this day in World War II." Oh no, that's spooky. So now we're back at Charlene's. Bill shows what?
I was just thinking about Bill, and I was like, so here's a fun fact for our dear listeners. We are actually going to see Bill again.
Okay.
On an episode of Murder, She Wrote.
Of course we are. Is Mark Twain in Murder, She Wrote?
Oh, I don't know. I bet he did one. I bet he did.
I'm sure he did. We'll find that out later.
We'll find out later. But I'm like, surely this guy is like, sure. Because I was trying to because I was going through like all of the different shows. I'm like, well, they were both on CBS. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I wonder.
So we're at Charlene's now.
Man,
Bill shows up. He's actually alive. He's not a ghost.
He's not a ghost. Could you imagine how wild this episode would be if he had been a ghost?
No.
Boy.
Charlene, you in danger, girl. So
Patrick Swayze shows up.
Bill apologizes for doing that to Charlene, which it's weird. Like, this episode takes a little turn at the end, a little turn for the weird at the end. But then they decide to celebrate like he's shipping out tomorrow.
No. Let's not, hold on. Let's be clear here with our listeners in case they don't watch this episode. So, Bill, hearing that Charlene was driving to the base because she's kind of feeling crazy, Bill tells his secretary to update the records to make it look like he actually was a soldier.
It wasn't updated. Show her a fake record.
Well, okay, so it's fake record. Well, you know what I mean. But they basically invented this backstory that did not help
Yes.
Charlene's sanity
No.
at all.
No. And he was like, it's seeing her. She was very upset. She's like, I had a dream about you, Billy.
I
It's
hope it comes true, Billy. A dream with you, Billy.
We'll take our Tonys in the mail as well. Thank you,
Oh my God,
Academy.
please, can we get a regional Tony?
Is there a regional Tony?
Yeah, they have regional Tonys
Is it Tony Danza?
for local theater productions.
Okay.
Ooh. Let's be honest here. I know that we were talking about Taxi the other week. I just have to be very clear. Tony Danza in Taxi is a complete snack.
Oh,
Like
Tony
complete
Danza.
snack.
Tony Danza now is still kind of a snack.
No, he has never not been a snack, but I guess because I wasn't paying attention. Like, what was that? That was on Nick at Night. We weren't even hormonal yet at that point.
Yes,
so
we are. Yeah, it
wasn't
was
even
at Nick
paying
at Night. We were
attention.
like in our teens. It was not early Nick at Night.
No, but I know, but like I wasn't in like that sort of frame of mind at that point. I was kind of like, but and plus every time I saw him, I didn't really watch Taxi back then. Like I knew it was
Because it's
on, but I would,
boring.
but yeah, when I watch it now, I was just like, wow, I didn't. And they put the tightest clothes on him. It was
Well,
hilarious.
let me
Like,
finish this
just
last
his-
line. Let me finish this last line and go back to Taxi, okay? Let's celebrate like I'm shipping out tomorrow, and at least we can pretend that, and then they end up drinking a lot of champagne and dancing to World War II music. Going back to Taxi, people used to, I think that Judd was a sex symbol too back then.
Can I ask a question about the
Hold
end
on.
of this episode? Well, I was going to ask about this specific scene before.
Okay,
but,
go ahead.
Before we get to the
Go ahead.
before you do the post credits.
What was she wearing?
No, that's I know it. I know what she was wearing. The answer is why was she wearing that? But that's another conversation. But in the 80s, were champagne buckets just a thing that lots of people had?
Yes. People had
But
champagne
why?
buckets. People had champagne because it was
Why?
a thing. I think it's held over from the 70s, not necessarily the 80s. Like
When I saw that bucket there, I was like, why does she have a champagne
we
bucket?
had like 3 in my house. Like we had a nice brass one, and like we had a shitty one. Now, do you know how often we drank champagne? Never.
That's my question.
Never.
I mean, if Mama Mims still has a champagne bucket, she could send one to her little adopted son.
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't mind. Y'all got some.
what are you gonna do
if
with
you
the
got-
champagne bucket?
Y'all got some heirloom punch bowls. I'm down.
An heirloom. You are not getting my heirloom punch bowl, girl.
You can't get everything.
You
I
also
was there
aren't
a
getting my
lot.
crystal or my china.
I was there a lot.
I'll send you a nice silver serverette one day. A single fork.
Damn it! I thought you was gonna be at least a platter. Girl.
No, girl, you get a
What
fork.
am I supposed to do it
And
with
it's going
for?
to be silver. Notice the quotations. It's going to be nicely plated.
It's just so-
It's just going to look silver. It'll never tarnish, I promise, because it ain't real silver, girl. It's plastic. I'm sending you the plastic birthday set from like the 80s. So, babe, did you like this episode?
The episode is fine. And talking about it, I liked it more as I was talking about it. It just was for me. So it was very bittersweet, right? Because this episode showed just how wild this show could really get if they let it.
Yeah.
But, it's just it was a special episode. So
I like this episode more than I was when I was younger. When I was younger, I always thought this episode a little boring. And I remember this episode. Like I distinctly remember this episode. I found it very boring as a kid. Now I appreciate how weird it is because it's weird.
Oh yeah, it's a weird
real
episode.
weird.
I didn't realize. I mean, I really didn't understand until watching it again, especially like the costume changes and all those kinds of things. I was like, this is actually kind of a wacky episode.
Yeah. Did you find your? What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a wacky episode, but with a very serious subject matter, which was
Yeah,
even weirder.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you already know who my Miss Georgia World is.
I do not. Who's your Miss Georgia World?
Who do you
It's
think my Miss Georgia World
it's
is?
probably Julia.
No,
It's not.
no,
Is it Mary Jo?
no.
Who is it?
Miss Warbon's 1944.
It's Suzanne in that big poofy.
Hey, that dress. Oh, I wanted it on my body. I wanted
Oh
it so
God!
bad. I was like,
you have so much cleavage. You have to sleep on your back.
I don't always wish that I had tits. I don't
Uh-huh.
always wish that. But every once in a while, when I see a nice little like cleavage bearing garment like that, I'm like, oh, I
Girl, you
love it
got a
so
pair in a
much.
box somewhere.
I know, but they're not the same
They,
because it's like it's not the same.
I mean, do they go over your neck and hang right there?
They do, but it's I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not the same.
I know. When people play
the
with them, it
same.
doesn't feel the same.
No, it never does.
My Miss Georgia World, on the other hand, and completely ignoring that, was Mary Jo as the cigarette girl. She looks so good. With all of the travesties they have put Annie Potts in this 2 years now. 2 years Annie Potts has been wearing that meow, 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 meow sweater from the first
Okay, I'm gonna.
episode.
Okay, fine. I'll revise my Miss Georgia World to Mary Jo.
No, you
Actually,
can't. You
no.
can't.
I can.
You
I can
have
do what I
you
want to
have
do.
see,
I'm in
you
America.
you
Remember
can
that was the
hold
theme
on.
of the
No, no, no.
episode.
The theme is you could dream whatever you want to. You
Okay,
can't do whatever you want to.
so I'm gonna do just like my dream did, and I'm gonna call my assistant to come update things and say that actually they revive. Oh, I went back and looked at the tape again. It says here that he actually said Mary Jo was his Miss Georgia World. So there you go. You better put, bitch. I saw a thing. Oh, I have to find it again. Somebody did some sort of DIY beauty sponges video.
Uh-huh.
It was a mess.
Why would you DIY a beauty sponge?
It was when I say a mess, it was a mess.
Just
I was
buy.
like, who did this? Who thought this was it was a DIY on how to make all of your own makeup tools. So they did a beauty sponge, they did a blush brush, added like some dang yarn or something like that. It
Mm-mm.
was wild.
Dear listeners, if you ever want a decent beauty sponge, okay, you need to wait for it's going to be a year from now, so hold up. But if you ever want to get a deal on beauty sponges, if you go to Walgreens after Halloween or CVS or one of them and get the Wet and Wild big ass Halloween beauty sponges, they are fantastic, and they're normally like $4, $5. They go on sale 50 cents the day after Halloween.
If you don't want to wait till the day after Halloween, y'all, just go to Marshall's because they got beauty sponges there of all sizes and at reasonable prices. And because they have to get rid of that inventory so fast, half of them sponges go on clearance after no time anyway. So just listen to me, the one that has to use these things all the time.
Or you know what? Let's not lie. Just go on Amazon, get like 2,000 of them, and throw them away.
Girl, some of them Amazon sponges is nice.
Some of
them
them is
is
real
nice.
cheap.
Some of them are not nice, but some of them is nice.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You have to do some trial and error and some QAing, but sometimes you find some champions.
Well, Maim, I think that we've even though we had a 15-minute start, we got done in 53 minutes.
We
But
did it. We did it. We are the
did-
champions, my friends.
Boom, 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 boom.
And I'll be seeing you again. Little remix there.
Maim, why don't you tell the dear listeners where the hell they can find you?
Yeah, totes.
Yeah, totes. My goats.
So, for anybody that's interested, I
They
am
aren't.
on Instagram at auntie.maim. That's MAIM. I'm on Facebook at I'm Your Auntie Maim, one word. Shout out to the Designing Women Facebook group that I recently joined. People there are super nice and we may be getting a bunch of new listeners. So if any
We
of you are
already have.
listening to this,
I think there's one in Peoria. I noticed that before this. I was like,
so hey y'all, hey,
Illinois, hey y'all,
thank you for
hey.
joining our little party because we still got many more episodes to go.
A lot more. Oh, so many
Also,
more.
if you is in person up down in the South Florida area, I do host amazing colossal karaoke every Thursday night in Miami Beach at a little bar called Kill Your Idol. That is the name of the bar, even though everybody keeps asking me, is that really the name of the bar? Yes, Kill Your Idol is the name of the bar. So what about you, Mims?
I am the divine Miss Mims. You can find me on Twitter at Divine Miss Mims. You can find this podcast on Twitter at Baking Sugar Pod. We have another podcast. Did you know that, Maim?
What?
We
mean, I've
do.
never prepared for it, but I've heard.
You're never prepared for anything in this dear world.
That's true.
I mean,
that's why it's always a surprise.
It's like a surprise and a shock anytime you do anything.
Anything.
Anything. It's like the first time all over again. You are just, God.
What do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. Like, how do you want me to be? I don't know how to be any other way at this point. Okay.
Sex with you must always be an adventure. Anyway. Oh, we're doing this now. Whoa, this is new.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially because I'm trying to feel my way around it.
Oh my. Anyway, we have a Murder, She Wrote podcast.
We do.
Speaking of feeling your way around it, called You Slay Me. So you can look for Mims and Maim, You Slay Me, wherever you get your podcasts, like at Kmart.
Wait, they sell us at Kmart now? Are we at Kmart?
There's a few Kmarts left.
Oh. Are we? Should we contact them for sponsorship?
God, could you imagine?
Kmart, throw us some pennies.
No, pennies, throw us some Kmarts. All right, I think we've done enough of this shit. All right, Maim. Say goodnight, Maim.
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Where's my mouse? I gotta figure this out. Stop.